Chevron 1 encoded. Chevron 2 encoded. Chevron 3 encoded. Chevron 4 encoded. Chevron 5 encoded. Chevron 6 encoded. Chevron 7 locked. Good luck out there.
I was muted. Hello and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Stargate Flames of Hope. We have a full cast today and we are very excited. We also have our wonderful, wonderful guest. So we're going to go around, we're going to say who we are, who we're playing, and just have a great time. I'm Lindy, Laugh of Lindy, and I'll be playing Ixora, the Turan scientist and diplomat of the party. She just abhors violence and really would rather avoid it, so I'm sure that'll be fine. Someone who might not abhor violence, or at least explosions, would be Deception Check's character. Deception Check, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm grand and excited to get back into this world. I cannot wait. I love Stargate, and I love my character, who is Fiddler, the Tolan engineer. He is just a handful, loves exploding things, is a little irreverent, and is trying to figure out what's the best way to either shoot a really long-range bullet at this first prime or to throw some explosives this way, whatever works.
Whatever works might be the method of Jonathan Fry, our wonderful guest for tonight. How are you tonight, Don?
I'm good. I'm excited to be back. I am playing First Prime Svaril, and he's just trying to make it work, man. He's just trying to make it all work.
Just trying to make it all work. Just doing the best you can. I would describe D20 coup de grace tonight. Hello, Tired. How are you?
Hi, that is me. Yes, I'm playing Goa'uld. He's a Rebel Jaffa scout, and he's also good at Stargate diplomacy.
Diplomacy takes many forms. Some of them might sound more magical than others. But someone who's having a magical day because it's their birthday is Shiny Pilot. How are you tonight?
Ixnay on the Earth Bay. I'm doing good.
We're all going to sing later. And it'll sound terrible because we're on Zoom and we all have lag.
Yeah, that'd be bad. I'm doing good, though. I'm playing Jake. I missed last episode, but I'm finally done with work stuff and other issues going on, so I'm ready to play, get back in it, and rejoin the team. So let's do it.
A team is nothing without its leader, and our leader, or gate master, for tonight is Nuggetosaurus. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited to take you guys through this adventure that I have planned for you today. It's going to be fantastic. But before we do that, I'm going to give you guys a recap because it's been about a month since we played and I figured everybody needs a little bit of a refresher. Jake Miller wasn't here. So when we last left off, our esteemed group had been recruited to lend some aid to a desert planet dwelling group of people who had broken off from their Goa'uld overlord some years ago, but they received a strange message stating that they might possibly be invaded recently or within the next couple days or so. They didn't actually give a date or anything like that. The warning just said to leave, don't be there when we get there, evacuate. Well, obviously they didn't want to leave their home, so they contacted the Phoenix program, and the Phoenix program decided to send out Stargate Phoenix 1 along with Stargate Phoenix 3.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix's
one job was to assess any threats, to do some recon, see what was going on, and Phoenix's 3 job was Ixora was saying, diplomacy. They were to start building some relations with these people and hopefully start a rapport with them to either gain more allies, incorporate them into the Phoenix program, whatever the case might end up being. they arrived, they had some conversations, they listened to the audio warning that was sent to them. They did some investigating and they found some strange objects. So back up. Fiddler did a scan and found some signals that were coming out that were not in a this is a no technology essentially settlement. And Fiddler was picking up 3 distinct technology signals. So you guys decided to go investigate those. But while that was going on, we had a bit of an interruption. A big Goa'uld mothership appeared in the atmosphere and broadcasted a signal from a rather strange, slightly unstable is the vibe that you guys got from the message that was played by the Goa'uld overlord, whose name I definitely remember, and I'm not looking up real quick. Kol'chotos. Kol'chotos was the name of the Goa'uld leader, Lord, who came in and did his little announcement, said, "You guys have something of mine, I want it, or I'm going to destroy you." And we also noticed, we were introduced to First Prime Svaril, who is leading a incursion, essentially a small incursion into this main settlement where our teams are. And he came down, surrounded the Stargate, got that under control first, while the remainder of Stargate Phoenix 3 was looking for those signals and to figure out what was being emitted and what they could find. We ended towards the before a confrontation happened. Savaril and the leader of the people here were having a bit of a conversation. We learned that Savaril was the one who sent that message, warning these people to leave and to get out before they arrived. He was not happy that they were still here and gave them 10 minutes, the people 10 minutes to essentially convene and have a conversation, which is where we left off. But before we figure out what's going on in that conversation, we're going to switch over real quick to our Lieutenant Jake Miller. Hi, Jake. How you doing today?
If I can get the unmute switch, I'm great. Jake is probably recovering from paperwork. Because, every officer of Stargate has to do paperwork every episode. It's the unsung hero.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah. So you're recovering. You are back on Phoenix Command. You're back in base, but you were previously on Earth. There was some training sessions that they recruited you for to lead a couple of the breakout sessions that they had. So you were back on Earth doing some stuff for the main Stargate program, leading some, symposiums kind of things. You had a couple of speeches where you were talking to some new recruits, things like that. When you came back, you were informed that your team was off-world. You weren't given any specific mission details, just that they were off-world and that they would hopefully be back soon. So you went off to do your paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Where would Jake be doing his paperwork? In his room, in an office setting? Where would Jake be doing that?
I think today it'd be in an office setting. Get out of the room, because if you're in the room long enough, it feels like a prison cell, especially on base. So got out of his room.
Absolutely. Okay. So Jake, you are in, there is a section of the base that is essentially just not quite quiet rooms. They're not separate rooms, but quiet cubicles kind of thing. Just little breakout areas where people can do their work, get stuff done without having interruptions. It's expected that you're quiet in this area, that you're, not disturbing others. You are at one of these desks, just kind of plugging away at your work, when you hear just a soft knock on the side of your cubicle. And if you look up, you see Jesse, who is your handler.
Oh, Jesse,
hey,
how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Are you busy?
Mostly.
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, we have a bit of a situation. grab your papers. We might need you to step through the gate. So just, come with me real quick.
Are you insinuating I get to go off world? Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Just real quick. Packs up.
Anything to
Yeah.
get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah. She will lead you through the base towards the gate room, and along the way, she lets you know essentially what's going on. Yeah, so your group, along with Phoenix One, went to a planet that got a strange message. They were saying that they were warned that there was an impending attack, and they weren't really sure what was going on. So they, had us come in to see if we could help, anything like that. They were concerned, rightfully so. We sent them through. We just recently dialed the gate again and sent through we back up. We just recently dialed the gate, and we sent through a couple of drones just to get some aerial recon, standard procedure, things like that in these kinds of situations. They were shot down pretty much right away. So seems like maybe that invasion happened already. Not really sure what we're going to do yet. We want to bring you in. We'll send in some more cameras and see what's going on. And then we'll see where we want to go from there and what General Lawyer is thinking.
Okay, so I'm essentially on an active standby. Do I have a team I can assemble to go help out, or are you guys thinking to put me in here solo?
The problem with sending a team, we already have Phoenix 1. We already have most of Phoenix 3 in there as well. If they are under siege, if there is an enemy there, if there's a reason why these drones were shot down, then sending more people is just gonna, possibly cause more casualties. So I think that's something that you and General Lawyer should probably discuss about what you guys want to do, if it's even worth it to have you step through, if the rest of the team, if we can't get through to them. We haven't tried any radio communications quite yet, because like I said, we sent through the drones and they were pretty much immediately shot down. So we ended the connection and are reassessing and going from there.
Is this planet too far away for ship travel?
Yeah, it's pretty far. By ship, at sublight, or even if they make a jump, it's probably 24 hours at the most, but we don't have any of the ships that can make the jump right now.
Great. Okay. I will get my gear. I'll be ready. Does meet here in like 20 minutes to talk to the general?
Yeah, just as quick as you can, make it quick. General's waiting. He is, speaking with his advisors and everybody else and trying to figure out best plan, and they're your team, so he wants your opinion. So go.
Jake's gonna rush to go get his gear ready. He wants to go, so he's being young and brash. Probably stupid.
No, and I assume like Jake came back from Earth and didn't really like unpack, so your go bag is kind of ready. So I assume you just kind of
have
grab
your
that.
mission gear ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you grab it quick enough, come back. You're back in about 10-15 minutes, just because of the length it takes you to get to and from different areas of the base. When you come up into the gate room, you do see Hyman Deem. They are at the gate. They seem to be assessing data on a computer, not quite sure what that might be. You see General Lawyer. He is talking with a couple. You recognize them. They're a pair of officers in the military, and you know that they are just some advisors that he has, just tactical advisors kind of thing. He notices you when you come in.
General?
Lieutenant Jake, great. I assume Jesse briefed you. You know what's going on?
The gist of it, sir. Still missing some specifics.
Yeah. So about, he looks at his watch, about 12 hours ago, the remainder of your team and Phoenix 1 went to this planet. They were sent, your team was sent to be diplomats essentially to speak with the locals, see what we could come up, see if we can offer them any aid, anything like that. Phoenix 1 was to do recon. They were supposed to see any impending threats, find any points of, possible weakness that they could shore up, things like that. A little while ago, we did our standard check-in. We sent in a couple of drones just to, do a flyover, see what was going on. And he gestures to like one of the computers. This is the footage that we got. You see on the screen a pair of drones fly, or you can see like from their onboard cameras. They go through the gate, they kind of like get all fuzzy, and then when they come at you out, you see deserts, you see very blurry like blips of figures, and then just immediately they are shot down and the feed goes dark on both of them.
Was it far from the gate that happened?
No, it was pretty much immediately at the gate.
Yeah. At least that's what he's thinking in his head.
Yep. First prime tactics.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, pretty much immediately at the gate. As soon as they came through, it was like a split second where you see some figures, and then they are shot down.
Okay.
That's all we've got so far. We cut the connection, and then we're gonna make another dial here in a couple minutes to see if we can get in contact with Phoenix 1 and 3.
Well, he's sitting there pausing, thinking over the issues. Is like, gate's guarded. If I step through, I could be shot. Drone's been killed, but my team's in trouble. Ship's the farthest step for insertion. I guess he just kind of sits there and chews the fat in his brain and goes, "Well, sir, permission to be on an almost indefinite standby till the gate is clear, so I can go in and get my team."
General Lawyer just kind of gives you like a respectful nod, like he appreciates that, and he's like, "Don't need my permission to be on standby for your team."
Thank you, sir. I'll wait.
Okay, so that is what Jake is doing in these moments while you guys are having your
10 minutes
mini summit going on. So the leader of the settlement here kind of comes back from his conversation with Svarl, and if I remember correctly, he kind of like made eye contact with you guys and gestured like back towards the main building, and
Shuffle
had
back
you
on
guys
my knees as fast as possible.
Yeah, he's trying to fit in, with your height. Had you guys meet him over there, and he's also making his way over there. When he does get to you guys, he relays everything that Svarl said to him to you guys. Yes, so I guess that First Prime is the one who sent the message. I believe him. I did not see a lie in his eyes. He says we have something of his masters, and we are not to give it to them.
Then how does he wish the situation to resolve?
That is an excellent question. I don't know.
I mean, it's good to say we're on the same spot, the same page. We don't want anyone to get the thing on here,
Yes.
except us. But
Right.
I have an idea. If he doesn't want him to get the information, but we can't let him be an unsatisfied Goa'uld Lord, do you think in the 8 minutes and 48 seconds we have remaining that we could perhaps engineer a virus onto the device and give it to him? So that the information that is on the thing that he knows to be the original, that which we have a copy of, would
you
be
guys do?
corroded and ruined and possibly infect his ship?
Do I know of any of that ever happening before? Have we ever tried something like that? Is that a Stargate program that I might be aware of at some point?
So the Stargate, while you are away from Phoenix Command, there is no just like, here's a virus, upload it kind of thing that you guys have on standby.
No, I know that. But do I know of any like white papers that are like talking about, ways to deal with system lords?
Ways to deal with System Lords
System
101.
Protocol? No.
Fair.
But
I'm just
it's
checking.
an individual basis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
they're all very different.
They all have one thing in common.
guys,
They think very highly of themselves. That's it.
You know, I'll never say no. You know,
I will say you guys can all make me a history check.
I would love
see
to.
if you because you guys did hear the name Kol'chotos. So you guys can
Would that
see
be a
if
culture
you
check?
know...
a Kol'chotos check.
Because we don't have history on
There
this.
is no
game.
history. Yeah, I
Yes,
think
that's
that's
right. Sorry, history is not in this game.
That's okay.
That is fine.
Culture's close. It's
Culture's
basically
close enough.
history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Okay.
21.
We're both very
21.
cultured here.
We're very
I'm
cultured.
not.
Look, if Gork and I had
16 is pretty
advantage,
good.
we would have nat 20 both
Right.
of those.
Hey, I rolled pretty well on that one.
Yeah, 16 is pretty good. So,
I'll take it.
Fiddler, the name rings a bell. You just can't place where you know it from or anything about it, but it does sound familiar. Like you've read it before somewhere. You just don't know where.
My tongue.
Gorik, you're a little bit more familiar with Kol'chotos. You know he used to be a pretty decent system lord, like a long time ago, long time ago. He's ancient. He's not quite as old as
you.
Yeah, no, not quite as old as you, and not quite as old as the recent queen that you guys have come across.
Mm-hmm.
But he's up there. He's pretty old. Ixora,
I'm a scientist.
Yeah, you have come across some there's not a lot on Kol'chotos. He was exiled. And not with a 21, yeah. So he was doing experiments that made the rest of the Goa'uld uncomfortable. Which is a red flag for you because not a lot makes a Goa'uld uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the experiments. You don't know anything about if he was successful in or anything of them, but he was exiled for those experiments, and he is old, very old. And with that culture check, based off of his behavior in the video, in the projection, he's probably suffering from some type of sarcophagus madness. Probably pretty progressed sarcophagus madness. I don't think there's a specific name for what that is. It's just they go crazy.
Okay. Interesting. Well, Kol'chotos was exiled for doing experiments that made the rest of the Goa'uld uncomfortable, which means that's a very big red flag in my book. He's also very old, and from what we saw in that brief image, probably suffering from late on-stage progressed sarcophagus madness. Just not good.
That means he could act not rationally.
Irrationally.
So you mean
yes.
psycho and crazy is what you're saying?
Yes.
All right.
A little bit.
So we gotta be very
more
careful.
than the average Goa'uld.
As you guys are talking, you hear your radio crackle. Jake, back at Phoenix Command, they have dialed, and you are able to speak through the radio
signals
if you wish.
going, the gate will stay open for 38 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Stargate Phoenix 3, this is Jake Miller at command.
Jake!
Ixora?
We have 7 minutes and 39 seconds to make a
Miller.
decision.
Ixora, hey, you're coming in a little broken. Are you okay? What was that?
There's Goa'uld pyramid. Kol'chotos wants ancient technology device, USB drive equivalent here. His first prime says we shouldn't give it to him, though, but secretly and not in front of all the other Jaffa, so there's some weird stuff going on here, and I think the Goa'uld Lord has sarcophagus madness. Late on stage.
Pause right there. Pause right there. Svarl, Your men alert you that the Stargate is active and a signal is coming through.
That dang Choppa eye.
He checks the time to see how many of the 10 minutes are left at this point.
At this point, about 7.5 minutes.
Turns back to his men and he says, go ahead and prepare all of your defensive positions around the Stargate in case they intend to try to break through. If they come with drones, shoot them down. If they come with individuals, shoot them in the leg. Gather them up for questioning. I'm going to go knock on this door.
I would not recommend coming through the Stargate
Flash.
right now.
Are you guys safe? Is anybody hurt?
Just send a nuke. No.
We're safe for 7 minutes and 22 seconds.
We're surrounded. All right, that Custer stand you keep telling me about, that's where we're at right now.
All right, well, we've lost a lot of drone footage trying to see what's going on. Can you make it to the gate?
No.
It's heavily defended.
All right, stand by. Lieutenant Jake learns his drill. General, request permission to send anything through to kill anything around the gate. We have something that can open a path.
Well,
I wouldn't plan on attacking the gate.
Have we made any Stargate-sized tanks yet, sir?
no, unfortunately, we have not made those yet, and I wouldn't recommend sending anything through, considering we don't have any recon. I don't think we have an option here. I don't think there's anything we can do.
Fiddler, I'm going to assume that the file size that we downloaded is too large to transmit through this signal in 7 minutes' time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Back to the comms. Xora,
YOLO.
Phoenix 3, you guys are going to have to stay put for now if you can survive. We can't make it through the gate just yet. It's too hot. We're trying to come up with a plan, and I'm open for suggestions back here.
Well, we could attack from both sides.
I don't think that is
We
advisable.
can't get to the gate.
They will
at that
shoot
time,
us
can we?
from space.
We're
Space.
surrounded.
Pause right there. Pause right there. Svarl, what would you like to do? Nobody's come through the gate yet. It's just active, and you know that there's a signal coming through.
He puts his lieutenants in charge of basically reaffirming the defensive positions around the gate and goes on his own back to the settlement, not waiting for the 10 minutes to be over.
Okay, you head back towards the settlement. Your lieutenants, easily enough, they are able to, spread everybody out, make sure everything's covered. You guys have the Stargate covered really well. As you approach the settlement, the people, they're still kind of gathered at the edge. They don't stop you. They part and they kind of let you go through. And you do know you did see where they disappeared to. So if you want to go into that building, you are more than welcome to.
And he has his matok in one hand, just kind of resting back against his shoulder, and he's got his zat in his other hand, giving a little bit of swirl at the side. And he keeps his eyes locked forward on that door, parting right through the middle of the crowd, gets to the edge of the door, and just with the butt of his matok, just rap.
I'll
You
get
guys hear a
that.
knock at the door?
And and the door opens and there's a 7-foot-tall lady who answers it. Oh, it's you. I mean, hello.
His
Please
eyes
come
go
in.
wide with a little bit of surprise, not expecting her to quite be so tall.
What is the format of this room right now? Like, are there side rooms? Are there things to be behind?
So
it's just
this
an
Would you like
open-
some chocolate?
Yeah, this is the only structure that is a full structure. Everything else is a mixture of like half structure, half tent.
Okay.
This is it seems to be the first building that they have built. It is a large singular room with a really long table, sparsely decorated. There's no like crates or boxes or anything. It seems to be a big open communal meeting room.
Great. As soon as he knocks, I go to the other side of the room and I start trying to hack together some sort of 7-minute long virus self-destructing worm thing. I don't know. I'm throwing code together.
Love it.
Throw
You've
that
got
code
your
together.
laptop,
Because we don't
right?
have to destroy
Oh, no,
them as
no,
much
yeah,
as we have to destroy the info so that he doesn't get it.
Yeah,
all we
I
gotta
have-
do is present a fake if we can make a fake.
I have my personal computer, tablet. Oh, you know what?
I want the code. I want the virus to just pop up on all the interior systems of the Goa'uld mothership. It's just badger, mushroom, because
That'd be hilarious.
it would drive them nuts.
It
just
would.
on loop.
It really would. Okay, and is it a hide walls or?
I believe they're
No,
stone.
they're like clay. They're like
Like
clay
clay brick?
bricks. Yeah.
Perfect. As soon as the door knocks, I hit my wrist and I go through the wall. Tolan device.
Nice.
Ah, nice.
I
Okay.
go right out the back of the wall and I just hunker down behind it.
Okay, behind. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can absolutely do that.
I actually think there's a roll to that because sometimes they fritz out or something.
Do they?
I need to double
Roll,
check.
please.
Yeah, let's
Let me
find
let me
that.
let me dig it. I gotta find out about it. I
Okay.
forgot.
And you can
Susan.
also to create this virus self-destruct thing, you can
Mhm.
roll me an engineering check.
Okay, let me see if I have the Tolan device information here. No, that's just them being crazy.
That's just them being crazy.
Mhm.
Don't
All right,
even
there's-
worry about it.
Yeah, I need to pull out the book. I didn't bring it up this time.
Oh, I see. Say that, and I too am going to open the PDF just
Yes.
in case.
Just
Yes,
in case.
Where is my
good.
RPG
Open the
folder?
PDF for your game rules if you're not
Yeah,
mega familiar.
Yeah, when you're still figuring it out like everyone else, having it open is a really important aspect of playing the game. Words of wisdom from a Tolan.
Is that considered a weapon?
I
No,
don't
it's actually
think it
something that
is.
comes with
Like your
it's
class,
part of being
race?
a Tolan.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, a phase device added to your base kit, so it's a phase device. Probably, I'm doing a Control F of the PDF. Yoop. Let's see. Wrist-worn device can be used to phase touched at a same blah blah blah. To phase a touched person and their gear, user makes a DC 15 science check.
That's a faced
But that's-
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's only
To face
if
someone
you
else.
if you have
Yeah.
to bring someone along with you.
Faced
think
by
it's-
076.
I think you're good. As long as you're not trying to move someone else. Yeah. Phase a
Okay.
touch target. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. As long as
Okay.
you're not bringing somebody else, no rolls
Nope.
necessary.
If you
Just
do, it's
me.
DC
Um,
15.
Bring
Okay.
me.
Okay.
I
And
wanna
it,
know.
and it has to be through at least 6 seconds. Otherwise,
Like
you
literally
take 20
as
d6
she's
damage.
going towards the door, I'm going through the wall.
Love it.
Through the wall. Okay, perfect. So
And
then
And what
go
did you
ahead
want me to roll?
engineering. To engineer
Engineering.
a virus, essentially,
Okay.
a self-destruct.
All
You're
right.
good at
Is it
engineering.
going to be a good roll or am I going to roll like I normally
You know
roll?
what? I can do a thing because an apt analogy because I was the one who suggested a virus, so you can add
Oh, that's
add
true.
the trouble dice to your roll.
Which
So you can add a
Okay.
D10.
All right,
Tension
well-
dice.
Okay, probably going to need it. That's a 15. That's not the best. And
Okay.
tension dice 9. Okay, so
Ooh,
it's a 24.
24.
That's not
Very
bad. And I
nice.
don't know
24.
because I'm doing it. I don't really. It's not. I'm not adding. I'm
Yeah.
not working with other
You're not
technology. It's my
fixing,
own
yeah.
technology, so I can't
Oh.
use my stuff.
Hey, that tension dice
Perfect.
being good was good. For
Oh,
everyone.
tension die was a good
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
that.
Very
Um,
nice. So you are behind the building. You are working on that. That is what Fiddler is doing. Ixora opens up the door for Svarl.
Oh,
What is Korik doing? As you see a Jaffa Prime.
Well, yeah, I think I've seen him before. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But I'm still, gotten the Mosenberg out. Just
please
kinda-
come in. Would you like some chocolate?
I don't eat sweets. Junk in, junk out. Also, I would prefer to stay outside if you don't mind, Stargate.
Sure, I'll just. And I get a little rock and I hold the door open with us so I don't have to sit there the whole time, and then I'll just, because imagine I'm like bent a little bit to like be in the doorway, and I'll just stand up to my full height inside on the other side then. I don't believe we've officially met. I'm Ixora. I hear you're Kol'chotos' first prime. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, I'm First Prime Svarro, and are you trying to ensure that all of these people on this backwater planet are murdered?
No, we didn't have a lot of heads up, but they decided not to contact us immediately. So, we only arrived less than a couple of hours ago.
Well, I am open to negotiations that might find some sort of compromise for this situation.
I love compromise, and she seems very genuine when she says that.
It's almost like needles through his face. Her level of genuineness.
Yes. She's very genuine all the time.
I'm sure that you do.
I'm sure we can find a peaceful resolution to all of this.
No, I doubt it will be entirely peaceful, but I'm sure we can find a resolution that doesn't leave only bodies behind.
That
You know,
is the ideal. I do dislike
as you
violence.
say that,
Oh, no.
you are all kind of surprised. Everybody go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving
Oh
throw.
no! Kol'chotos!
Everybody.
Kol'chotos gotten a little
Everybody.
trigger happy
Even
from
the happy guy
space.
outside?
Even the happy guy outside.
Okay.
You're, well, some of us are
You said-
allegedly better at dexterity saves
Did you
than
say
others.
dexterity saves? Okay.
Saving
Oh,
throw, yes.
no.
Please roll well. Oh, there we go.
Everybody.
23.
Yes.
23, 11.
11. I have a +8.
I have a +1. I thought I was going to roll under 10.
I think we
And
both
then-
lose our balance here.
Oh, sorry.
Dang!
There we go.
22.
22.
Ooh.
Very
Non-fall
nice,
down
very
friends
nice.
right there.
Okay. So,
Like he
Gorik
was expecting it.
and, yeah, kind of. Gorik and Ixora, you guys are in the middle of speaking with Svarl when all of a sudden the entire ground shakes and you, the two of you fall to the
Whoa!
ground. Svarl, you
Oh.
kind of like duck a little bit as there is a massive explosion.
I don't think I can make this an
Behind
anime
you
fallen
guys.
anyway, so I just awkwardly fall.
Behind
you
you
do,
guys
Jake?
at the water source.
Wouldn't you like to know?
There are screams. You see, Ixori, the way you're facing, Svarl is facing you. His back is to like this explosion.
So, of course,
You
because
see-
cool people
yeah.
have their backs turned towards explosions.
Exactly, and
Yes.
he doesn't fall over, so it looks freaking awesome.
Oh, he's so cool.
But you see, there were people, unfortunately, by the water source, and you see a couple,
Oh no!
doesn't look like they made it, kind of thing.
This hurts my
Flaming
near
charcoal
pacifist
briquettes.
heart.
Well, shoot. Looks like the
And
timetable's moved up a little bit.
yeah, a couple seconds after the explosion, y'all's ears are ringing. Like it was
Mom.
loud.
Mom,
You guys are able, Ixora and Gorik, you guys are able to stand up again if you would like. A
yes,
couple
I
seconds
would.
later, you see in the sky the view screen comes on, and you see Kol'chotos, and you guys it's a little difficult to make out what he's saying over the ringing in your ears. But it sounds like he's like ranting and raving about his like he wants it back. Hurry up and give it back. This is a problem. And then it goes dark again.
I'm sorry. I believe we were interrupted. What were you saying?
Sproul, you were not expecting that was not supposed to happen.
You can see that his very stoic demeanor, it does shift a little bit, although he stands
I am
stock
pretty
still at the
insightful.
doorway. And he looks back, he watches Kol'chotos up in the sky, takes a deep breath, and he turns back and says, "As you can see, my lord does not accept less than satisfactory."
Yes, I'm so
Results.
sorry. And I'll put a hand, like almost go to put a hand on his shoulder, and then like, oh wait, Jaffa, and then like doesn't know where to put her hands, and it's just, clasps them in front. Like, I'm so sorry. It would appear that your lord is suffering from late onset sarcophagus sickness, which
Yes,
would in
I'm-
fact dampen his patience levels. Yes, among other things.
I am aware of my lord's condition, and that is why I cannot allow him to get his hands on this research.
Yes. Yes, research.
However, if I fail to deliver the research
Consequences will be worse, yes.
to me and many Jaffa,
And all the civilians of this planet. And other planets too, probably.
so you
Yeah.
see the predicament
It
that
is quite a
Stargate's
pickle,
interference
I
has
believe. Well,
created.
I believe it would have been a pickle even before Stargate came in, because these people were pretty oblivious. I'm not going to lie to you. They had no idea about anything.
Who is it that you're communicating with through the Stargate?
Oh, my friend Jake. I mean, commanding
Just immediately
officer.
out with it. Oh, that-
Yeah, just immediately tells him.
I forgot all the code names. Just saying.
Look, if their speak code name Ixora has not been told them. And she didn't say Lieutenant Jake Miller. It's
No, I
just
said
Jake
we
from
need
my
State
buddy
Farm,
Jake.
okay?
Jake from
Yeah.
State Farm.
So we need
Like
to come
a
up
good
with code
neighbor,
names.
Jake Miller
Yeah.
is there. Oh, my friend Jake.
Who works for Stargate or is just someone you know?
I did meet him through the Stargate. I'm a contractor.
Yeah.
I want you to understand, and it's not that I don't trust your friendliness, but I want you to understand that if Stargate sends through any kind of military force,
I
this entire
extremely
planet
pressed-
will be bombarded.
Yes, I have dissuaded, I believe, saying that it would be a very bad idea to send any sort of military power through the gate with the I gesture up.
I think that's when he kind of like tilts his head to the side of the door frame and might notice the other
Cork.
Jaffa inside.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
address the Jaffa in the room, shall we?
Hello. I mean Jafakri. There you go. There you go.
Yes, Jaffa Kree.
Yeah, one of those things. I don't know.
Do you have a solution to our situation? One that won't get any of my people killed and won't get any of yours killed. If not, I have a solution, but I do not think that you're going to like it.
Is the solution to be captured?
And the solution would be to capture some of Stargate's members,
that is what I
yes, and
assumed.
to destroy one of the smaller settlements on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and convince my lord that in his bombardment he destroyed his own research.
All right.
Sparl, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please, while you're having this conversation.
Okay.
Allow ourselves to be captured.
That sounds like a
crazy
Stargate
Goa'uld.
episode.
20.
I think that's
Oh
a
my-
natural 20.
That is a
yeah,
nat
it is.
20.
It's a natural 20. That is
Damn.
phenomenal. Okay. So Sparl, you're having this conversation. When you the explosion didn't really, I mean, it affected you, but not as much as like everybody else around you. So you hear it, your
People
ears aren't
screaming in
ringing
the
very
streets.
much. Yeah, you hear it when you hear a gun click, essentially. And if you turn around, you are not surprised to find the leader of Phoenix 1 with
Oh.
a gun pointed directly at you. His
Can-
name-
Yes.
I
Oh,
forgot they were there.
remember-
I forgot Phoenix One was here too.
Yep. Selena. Selena Rodriguez.
I shoot him. I spin around and shoot him.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a hit. Roll me an attack.
All right.
Are you shooting with your Zat or your
Well, because
Oh,
the
with the
Zat will
Zat.
just knock him
with
out.
the
Yeah.
Zat? Okay.
Yeah.
And if I see that, I'll be like, oh, I believe I was to handle the diplomaticness of this situation.
I
10.
roll a 10.
A 10. Okay. I don't think that hits her. Let me.
Can I make a persuasion check?
Let me just check what her AC.
I don't know if we get to do like extra attack, but I do have 2 attacks too.
Oh, then yeah, you could probably shoot twice with your Zet if you get 2
Yeah,
attacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold yourself. He may be
14.
our best chance at saving
14.
lives.
Yeah.
14 will hit her. That is her AC, so that will hit her.
For exhaustion.
I don't know
Yeah,
how the mechanics work. It says 3 exhaustion or 16
So
electrical.
if it's not if it's not a creature, it takes if it's like a robot or device or something, it'll take 2d12 electrical damage.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just 3 levels of exhaustion.
Yep,
Okay.
3 levels exhaustion. They're essentially knocked unconscious, frozen.
Mhm.
So you turn and you shoot once, and she's able to just very quickly like duck out of the way. And then as she's recovering from her duck, you shoot again, and she freezes and plumps over into the sand, and you have neutralized her.
Anyways, he
It
turns
might
back.
be safer if you came inside.
I'm gonna go grab her and bring her
Yeah,
inside.
yeah. No, you're absolutely. If Sparrow lets you, because he is blocking the way.
I'll let him, but I will
Okay.
posture a little bit with Gorik as he's passing by.
Yeah. Love it.
Or you gonna throw that shoulder? You're just kind of like leave that shoulder out there as he goes by.
Yeah, he'll give him a little bump, but not
Not an aggressive bump, just
Not-
the Jaffa bump, typical.
yeah, he's not like staring him down or anything. He's just like moving by.
Moving around him.
Yeah.
He'll
And
step
then-
just inside. He'll follow you, Gorik.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, at this time,
And I think Exor would be like, Jake, we're in negotiations. And then just
yeah. At this time, another drone was sent through, and you were able to get a better picture before it was shot down.
it's not a good picture.
It's not a good
Yeah,
picture. So the entire
flames.
Stargate, the Stargate is surrounded by a Jaffa force, very well surrounded. As you take a look at the image that's
how
on the
many?
screen, a lot. I think it's like what 70 something.
I actually only brought down 18. I held
18,
back the rest
okay.
of the force because I wanted to
That's
make
right.
sure that we weren't coming full.
That's
but
right.
There's
Yeah.
still 18 surrounding the
18.
gate
There are
already.
18. Yep.
Is
And they
there
are
any
in defensive positions.
Do they have any of those
Not-
fancy stationary gun thingies and all that?
No, you don't see any of like their siege war.
But
Excuse me,
you
siege
probably
warfare.
would see the giant pyramid in the sky above the planet.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from the way the drone came in, you do see a pyramid mothership flying around in the background. You see smoke and flames from one of the corners of the settlement that you can see, just barely see from like the angle that the drone got. And then you do also see on the opposite side, you see like the very edge of a Goa'uld Hatak, which
Great.
is the ship that they came in on.
Let's see. Does the journal have anything to say after seeing that?
Not really. He's more so he looks frustrated.
Jake is too.
Yeah.
Sir, we could try taking the position with lots of smoke grenades and explosive force, but it would be probably very high casualties.
With the way that they're set up, I feel like as soon as somebody steps through or as soon as anything comes through, they're just going to start shooting. I don't think sending anyone through is a smart choice unless your friends on the other side can convince them to let us through, but I don't think that's happening. Last you heard from Ixora, they were in negotiations, not sure who with, but
We're gonna
that
have
was
to
the
pray
last thing
that
she said.
negotiations don't fail, else we're gonna have to do something, and we might want to have plans B and C ready just in case.
Yeah, I'm having Jesse go and get some troops back up just in case we might not have a choice. We're on standby for now.
Jake just kind of like rumbles and nods, like yes, sir, and just stares at the last footage of it being shot down in the burning buildings, like the camera's kind of
Yep.
sideways, you know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wait. Boom.
Wait. There's about 4 minutes left on Svarl's time limit that he gave.
All right.
All right.
So you seem like quite a reasonable first prime who wishes for as few casualties as possible, and I respect that. Honestly, I feel like more Goa'uld need therapists. But in absence of that, and what little we can do here, what if we were to give your lord the device which he seeks? We have found it, but it does appear to be a bit corroded. Meaning the information may not be retrievable.
How certain are you that the information is not retrievable?
One moment. And is there like a window out the back? No?
Go knock on the wall.
Yeah. Fiddler? How is how irretrievable is that information looking?
Gate Master, how confident do I feel?
About sabotaging this info?
You've got the basis of a virus. Where you're at, you don't think it will completely destroy everything. Not quite yet. You need a little bit more time with it.
5 to 65%? I could just make it go boom.
No. How many minutes is that?
You don't quite know.
1 minute to an hour?
Uh-huh. We're about 50% confident that it's irretrievable.
Sorry, you heard the whole conversation.
Yeah.
you heard everything that just transpired.
We didn't say the words virus, but
That's true.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check? I'm terrible at insight, but I feel like he'd be trying. Like he can't just trust them. A 2.
2. Yeah, these are not trustworthy people.
Would you like? I could roll a persuasion check. Yeah. Versus the
mm,
insight.
You probably will beat a 2.
Very trustworthy.
Go ahead. We'll just see what you roll.
I'm the scientist playing diplomat in this campaign. 14. I only have a plus
14.
3
Okay.
persuasion.
Svarl, these are not your people. These are strangers. You don't trust them. You're not sure if they're truthful with you, but Ixora, she's like weirdly honest, but like
Yes.
you can tentatively maybe trust her is the vibe you're getting.
You might be the strangest person I've ever met.
You know, I have heard that on occasion, once or twice before.
If you can assure me that that information did not survive on whatever this research is, then I will take that one prisoner from Stargate, and we will only bombard one of the smaller settlements. The rest of you can go. This planet continues to live free, and my Jaffa will not be punished for your intrusion.
This seems very reasonable. The more time we get to ensure that this information is irretrievable, the more likely it is to be irretrievable. I would be willing to go with you as your prisoner.
Might I just recommend hurrying? You saw the mood
Yes.
my great lord is currently in.
Yep.
So if you need to talk to your shoulder, we have 2.5 minutes, I believe.
I will be right back. You can, if you need to buy time, you can say you are just finishing rounding me up, and I go to jog outside real quick. My filler, how can I help?
He's just staring at Goric after you leave. It's just the two of them in there.
Yeah, it's just you guys.
And the unconscious leader of SG-1.
Well, yeah. So he was knocked
Imagine
down
she's
in the
like on the
explosion.
table.
And yeah, she's on the table. The leader of the settlement was knocked down in the explosion, but he like zoomed past all you guys to take care of his people. He's gone. Yes. So, I'm gonna make a roll real quick before anything else happens.
Yeah, and I'm helping Fiddler for 2.5 minutes.
Gorek is just like slowly taking out a ration bar.
So that
Aggressive eating.
You are a food reviewer.
The same thing. Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing.
It's something.
I mean, I still have my skill called planned obsolescence. That's a very good skill that I could.
That is true. Yeah.
I could intertwine with this work.
Where you can kick something and.
No, that's the one I can make things explode if I want them to.
Explode.
Yeah.
Planned obsolescence is you just time for something to stop working.
All I do is I just make it where it's gonna break.
Yeah,
explosively.
It will break.
She was just so fragile. Yeah.
Fiddler, make me another engineering check. You can have advantage because Ixora came out to assist.
Woohoo. Let's see. Okay, another engineering check. 17.
17. Okay. You think you might have something that could work in
I might be able to add that again. Let me see if it's once per session or once per point, because I have points. I might be able to use that.
Oh, the tension?
Yeah. Where is that thing? Apt analogy. Once per short rest. So I cannot.
Yeah. Okay, so 17. You think that you would be able to get something that you can't guarantee that it's going to erase this data, but for the most part, you.
If we combined it with his planned obsolescence, would it?
Well, blowing it up absolutely would destroy it. So
you can make it just a little.
Can I just add a line that if it doesn't work, if my virus doesn't work, that it just goes, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's fine. We can do that.
Okay.
That works.
Okay. And I'll be like,
because I'm good at breaking things.
You are very good at
breaking things.
Making things.
Too good at breaking things.
Good at breaking them.
Before we execute this plan, we should probably inform command of it.
Probably.
Yeah, you might want to do that. You
guys are doing that.
All right.
While you guys are working on that virus/explosion. Sparrow, you are in the building with Gorek and the unconscious leader of Stargate Phoenix 1. You get a ping on your communications device from your lieutenants.
Svarl reaches over and grabs some of the chocolate on the table and just crumbles it in his hand and drops it on the ground, staring at Gorek.
I love it.
You get a message. Then he'll answer.
Yeah, you get a message. It's one of your lieutenants, and he comes through and he's like, we're under attack. Don't know where they're coming from, but we're under attack right now. They've taken out a significant portion of us.
Do I recognize which commander this is by voice?
Yes. So this is essentially your right hand.
Hold your positions. I will be there momentarily.
Understood.
He clicks out and draws his Matak and raises it at Gorek.
Okay.
What is the meaning of this? You stalled me only to attack me, my troops.
It's not Stargate. It must be. Do you have any other enemies here?
I can't think of. Then he ponders it for a moment. I mean, the only other people he would think would be on this planet are the locals, right?
Yeah, the locals. You do know that the leader of the settlement told you that there were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
perhaps
8,
another
9,
enemy
10,
within
11. So you know that the leader told you that there were 11 strangers here. You've only seen 3 of them.
He just mills it over.
I'm sorry, 4 of them, because 1 is unconscious on the table.
And they didn't give me any description of who was attacking them, right?
No, he just said we're under attack.
Oh yeah, that could have been. I forgot that
It could have been the other
SG-1.
members of
Could be Phoenix
SGP1.
One. Could be Phoenix One.
So it's like, I've done such a good job diplomacying this whole scenario. And
Didn't talk to the other
SGP1
team at all.
Jafar, why don't you come with me? A little bit of insurance in case the rest of Stargate doesn't want to play along.
I think he understands that he doesn't say anything, but he understands that he's got a one up on him right now, so he'll go along with him.
Okay.
And
All
I
right,
imagine
you guys
as y'all
head
are
back.
leaving, I'm like, I've got the thing.
Yeah, we're at about I think as you guys are coming out, as Svarl is leading Goa'uld out of the building, Fiddler and Ixora, you guys are finished up and you are coming back around the front of the building. Unless you're not Fiddler. Are you gonna stay back there? What are you doing?
I've got the thing.
I don't know. I don't know what would Fiddler do in this situation. Fiddler is not happy because it's bright outside. He is not happy around Goa'uld, and he is pretty much a sneak and a pain in the ass. I think he would probably hand the
Sniping
thing off.
position. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would hand it off to Ixora, and he would try and find a position that was elevated slightly and covered that he could maybe keep an eye with his long gun.
Okay.
I think that's what he's going to do.
You know, this is the tallest building in this settlement. It's also the only full building, the only structure with like a roof and walls and stuff that's not a tent. You could get up on this roof. It's not covered, but it is the highest, most elevated point in this settlement.
What about the region? Are there any like dunes or anything that might be a higher vantage point outside of the settlement, or is it really kind of just flat?
We're at an oasis.
It's very
so...
flat. Yeah, it's very flat.
Then he'll just stalk off to the side. He'll separate and move through the regulars because he's smaller and covered for the most part. So,
and I don't think Svarl
a
has
tall
typically
distraction.
seen you yet.
No, not yet.
Hmm.
Excuse
so
me,
you
Mr. First
can-
Prime Svarl.
Roll stealth, Fiddler.
Stealth, yes, ma'am.
Svarl, you hear Ixora come up to you.
21.
I
Here's
think,
the
and he's
information that your Lord Kol'chotos desires.
Do you know anything about an attack on my people?
An attack? Oh, goodness, no.
Perhaps from other members of Stargate.
I don't think Ixora's mind would be like, why would they attack when we haven't even made contact with the other team? No one's calmed on the radio. Because if they haven't checked in on the radio, she doesn't understand why they would attack. Like, I don't think Ixora's not the military person here.
Nope. Nope. And you
Goa'uld
do know,
might get it, but Ixora does not. She just looks genuinely super surprised. Like,
and Goa'uld, you know more so than Ixora does, but Phoenix One, they've had lots of run-ins with the Goa'uld, and they're kind of like a shoot first mentality.
I see.
With the Goa'uld,
Dang it.
so
SGP1.
yeah,
I think I just kind of point back at the SG-1 teammate that is passed out right now. That was our warning about this.
Oh
Yeah.
no, do you think the others acted without order? Oh goodness, she looks genuinely very troubled by this. I don't think Jake is back at SGP1 yet, but I will...
No.
you do if you radio
will
through,
radio
there
through.
are other people there. You hear Jesse over the radio. Ixora, is everything okay?
Hi, not particular. Well, better than it could be. Worse than I thought it would be. Or vice versa. Either way, I believe I have negotiated to a mostly peaceful resolution in which the fewest people die, but SGP1, I believe, has adopted the shoot first and ask questions later mentality. We have some... It's like we're walking through the city now. I can't just say we just got botched info on a thumb drive, basically.
Right.
So, we believe that surrendering the artifact that Lord Kol'chotos is after, along with surrendering a member of SGP3, I have volunteered, it would result in the fewest casual... Why wouldn't Ixora volunteer? She's bean, would result in the least civilian and military deaths all around and lead to an overall as peaceful as can be resolution.
Oh,
They're never gonna send me on a diplomatic mission again.
well,
I think
Wait.
Zora's too valuable to the team. I'll take her place.
you hear Jessie, and then she's cut off like mid-sentence, and then you hear General Lawyer.
Oh no.
And General Lawyer says, we've launched a coordinated attack with
Oh,
Phoenix
no.
Prime against the Jaffa at the gate.
Oh no.
That's not going to end well for the people of this planet. With the mothership ready to go a-blasting because there is a sarcophagus, late-stage sarcophagus sickness Goa'uld Lord in orbit with a button that goes boom.
Well, we better get up there then.
You hear a faint, like far away from. You hear a just kind of like in the background through the
How
radio.
SGP-1 did pick on that with the global transmission, I don't know. Maybe they haven't read enough Goa'uld sickness.
Oh
emails.
no. Okay. Okay.
General Lawyer says, did you said you were with the first prime, right? You said that in your
Yeah, sure. She would have been like,
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah.
first. She would have said that first prime Svarl and I have come to a mostly peaceful resolution.
agreement.
As peaceful agreement as we can get to.
You hear over the radio, General Lawyer says, Gorik,
Yes, sir.
do your best to apprehend that first prime.
All right, I go after him.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Sorry, just says,
So,
oh no.
They're leaving. Have they gotten far enough away from the building or out of this little settlement? Like, is there a sign of a battle going on beyond
yeah,
them?
so you guys are kind of like at the edge of
Keep
town right
fighting.
now, and you're just being able to see the Stargate from the edge of town. You see just kind of like in the sands, you see about 7 or 8 people shooting towards your Jaffa. And then on the other side of the gate, you can just kind of see past your Jaffa. You see several troops, several like groups of people. Your primes, or not your primes, your Jaffa do not seem to be doing that great. They seem to be losing at the moment. Let me make another roll. 1 second.
I think that, if he can
Oh, yeah, they're
see
not doing great.
dead Jaffa, in the distance, that if you spun around on him, his gun wouldn't exactly be on you for a moment. It'd be just slightly lowered, and you see his eyes just kind of dropped wide, and a surprising amount of concern and pain in his eyes. He's distracted.
I'm going to try and disarm him.
Roll for it.
Would
Yeah.
I have heard this is the same?
It's
like
on the
when I said
radio.
take-
You did
Yeah.
hear the
okay.
transmission. Yeah.
On your, yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm
You did
I'm
hear-
about
you
ready
did
to
hear-
take out a leg.
Apprehend. You did
Yes,
hear.
yes.
I
You
did. Look,
not
I'm not
kill.
aiming for the head.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
the
said
guy hasn't
leg.
hurt anybody. We can repair a knee.
I mean,
Okay, it's
we
fine.
can
We have the
tech.
I would've
technology.
pulled out the
We can
Zad, but I-
rebuild him.
I think I'm disarmed at this point. I don't think he would he? You didn't take me armed, did you?
Well, he didn't say drop the weapons.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's disarmed
Because
anybody.
you came willingly.
I didn't say disarm your gun,
Yeah.
Jed. Just like kind of
Okay.
lower it and
Come
walk.
on, you want to
Yeah.
do fisticuffs? Come on,
Well,
fist
yeah.
to fist battle.
Yeah,
here. Come
you're
on
right.
now.
You're right. I need to knock the weapon out of his hands.
Yeah, you're
That's the
not going to
Jaffa
pull
way.
a gun. That would be the Jaffa
Roll
way.
for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sora's just like, oh no.
Just like an athletics or what am I rolling?
Yeah, if you're just trying to get the gun away from him, we could do contested athletics checks. Svarl, you can roll athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Is acrobatics is the thing?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Alright,
Just
alright.
making sure.
There's just no history, only culture.
No history, yeah.
Now this is a prize, right? So I get advantage, right? Right.
You would. He is technically a little surprised, so yes, you
Yes.
would have advantage,
yeah.
Gorik.
Oh,
Didn't need it.
didn't need it. Well, 20.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
All right.
You are
20
able
versus
to
17.
just real quick, as soon as you get that command, you don't even really think, you just kind of act, and you're able to just real quick just like knock the Matok out of his hand and then kind of like uppercut the Zat out of his hands as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Svarl,
then
you
I-
were very swiftly disarmed. What would you like to do?
Does he get both of my weapons, the Zat and
He does manage to knock them both, yeah.
So in that case, the next thing he would do would be immediately to like just let out this furious roar that doesn't sound like him at all. And he charges straight on with his shoulder to try to tackle you down and just whip the Matok out of your hands. Probably like rolling around in the sand.
Love it.
am mostly a pacifist. I do have a set.
Pacifistic.
I prefer pacifism. I'm a pacifist preferred. I'm a preferred pacifist, but I will. I do have a set. Can I attempt to zap him?
We're in the lock right now.
You
So that's both.
can. Svarl will get his tackle first. So same thing. Svarl, you can roll an athletics
I heard the
check
order too.
to tackle him. Goric, you can roll
Fiddler.
acrobatics. Yep, acrobatics or athletics to avoid.
I'll do acrobatics because why not? They're both the same. Uh-oh.
Oh, you get tackled.
Oh.
All right.
So this is a
fine.
good fight so far.
This is a good
I
fight.
love this.
Yeah.
Disarm,
I gotta
disarm, tackle.
Refresh real quick. It's not
12 acrobatics versus a 16 athletics on the first round.
16 athletics. Okay, Svarl, you are able to knock Goric to the ground. You guys are now kind of locked up again with each other on the ground.
Rolling around, wrestling over the Matok.
Yeah. You guys kind of both have your hands on it, just trying to, get it out of each other's hands. Oh my god. What's your name?
Ixora or Fiddler?
Lindy. Ixora.
There you go. It was one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, brain. Ixora, you can, if you would like to zap, I will let you know that you will zap both of them if you hit one of them.
Oh,
Sacrifices must be made.
just
For
okay.
peace.
You know I can handle it.
I do. I was really hoping we could come to a peaceful resolution. I'm sorry it's all devolves down to this. I'm gonna try to
Go ahead.
It's not my
Roll.
best skill, but we'll see. 14. I think it's one of my best set rolls.
14. Svarl, does a 14 hit you?
My armor class is 19.
Oh god.
19. It does not. So you aim and
Oh,
as you aim, you close
It's
your
that
eyes.
thing
and
I
they
do. I
roll.
just gonna say every
Yeah.
time I close my eyes, and I
Close
just
your
go
eyes.
wide.
He rolls them.
You knock out like three locals are down on the ground to the side.
No, it goes into the sand, doesn't hit it. The
Oh,
locals
okay.
are kind of scattered at this point because like a
There's
big
one
explosion,
sand lizard
they're
that's just
kind
like,
of, yeah. Yeah, just-
You're really close that time.
Fiddler,
Honest.
you will have your action, and then we'll go back essentially to the top of the round.
Okay. So they're rolling around and they're fighting over Matok, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I
in
think
the ground.
Several's trying to basically get the blaster end of the Matok like to
Oh no.
Gorik's chin. Like he's trying to wedge it up to his
Yeah.
chin right now.
All right. I am going to attempt. This is going to be a tough shot. I'm going to attempt to shoot the Matok with my
Ooh.
sniper
Matok.
rifle.
Okay.
Because right now they're rolling. I cannot try and hit Goric because I'll
Right.
never hear the end of it. If I hit Goric, it's bad enough as it is. So, and then plus I would never let him hear the end of it because if I shot him, I'd let him remind him of that all the time. So just a never-ending
Yes.
circle. So I will
Yes.
attempt to shoot the Matok and
Go
either
ahead.
disable it or knock it out
Those
of their
usually
hands.
explode.
I'm
when you
gonna
hit
say
them,
it's
which
gonna
I'm
be
excited
a
about.
pretty hard thing to hit because
Oh, absolutely.
so I'm gonna say it's a DC 20,
Okay.
but or AC 20 to hit
Mhm.
it, but
Mhm.
you may certainly try.
I am going to try. 23.
Ooh.
23.
You get multiple
very
attacks
nice.
too, so you can do
Yeah,
another
yeah.
shot.
So you line it up and you haven't really used your sniper very much before.
I have.
So
It's always been close combat,
Yeah,
and I
it's
love
bad.
my little
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
I
You
mean,
haven't
come
had
on.
this chance. So you line it up and you take your breath and you like on the hold before you release it, you fire and it hits the Matok and you must have just hit it in like a weak point because it splits in half and goes flying out of both of their hands. And
Sparks.
Svarl and Goric, you guys are just kind of all of a sudden you guys aren't holding on to anything. You're just kind of rolling around on top of each other.
Oh my!
Fiddler, you do have a second attack if you would like
with my
to.
with my second
do-
attack, I'm just gonna stand up with the gun, and I'm just like, the next one's your knee. Stop it.
Okay, perfect. Pause there. Jake Miller, a couple minutes ago,
Yeah.
we're gonna rewind a little bit.
You missed. It was a
got
terrible
some-
transmission.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
got.
I had to step
No,
away
no,
for a sec.
You are totally fine. You are totally fine. You got a transmission from Phoenix One, where essentially they said that if you guys sent through troops, they would attack the Jaffa from behind, distract them, then you guys could come in and take them out. Essentially, General Lawyer approved this and sent you and a couple others through. I would like you to go ahead and just roll me a d20 plus your is your dex or your strength better?
Technically my dex.
Dex. Okay, so roll me a d20 plus your dex, please.
Because we're all
so there's like a
ranged weapons.
dexterity
Yeah, got
check.
it.
Yeah.
Just a dex check. Okay.
20.
Okay. Yeah, so you are able to step through the gate with the rest of these troops. You've
Sweet.
got about there's about 10 of you guys total. So you guys are able to go through, and you guys very quickly are able to take out these Jaffa. Some of them are wounded, some of them are dead, but you are able to get them all incapacitated, essentially.
Okay.
And you hear kind of over the gunfire a little bit, you hear a little bit of a transmission between Ixora and General Lawyer. And then it gets cut off. You heard him give an order, not totally sure what that order was.
There was a fuck.
Yeah, that you heard a distant like fuck in the background of the radio transmission, and then everything went quiet. Besides, of course, the gunfire currently. But you are now on this planet with. What would you like to do? You're on the planet.
Well, I mean, are we fighting? So let's fight. Yeah.
You guys, at this point, as they are tussling over, you can't see them, but as they are tussling, you guys are able to subdue the remainder of the Jaffa. There is no more fighting at this moment. You guys are able to see Phoenix One and meet up with them.
Okay. Jake would run up to the other officer then and say, hey, SG1 or SGP1, glad you guys are all right. Where's 3?
Yes, you see Atir. He is the Jaffa. He is essentially Selena's like second in command. Selena was zatted. She is unconscious. We don't quite know where she is at the moment. We saw her get attacked and figured we should, take out the main forces and kind of get ourselves on some even playing field. I don't know where Phoenix 3 is. Last we saw them, they were in that building over there, and he gestures, towards the settlement. And as he does, you see Ixora kind of like standing, crouching with her Zat out, and you see Gorik and the first a Jaffa, you're assuming it's the first prime, rolling around on the ground.
In the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Getting hit with the sleepy waves.
Yeah.
I know yawning's contagious. So I see them fighting in the distance. How far away?
Not far. You could probably make it to them here in the next couple of seconds.
Okay, probably just yell at the SGP1 commander and say, "Can you hold the gate?" And he's gonna go charging off to his team. So
yeah, and you see them, you kind of like glance at them as you run off, and you see that they're setting up their own perimeter, getting, corralling all of the Jaffa that are still alive into like an area, making sure that they're disarmed, all of that.
Perfect.
And Phoenix 1 seems to be helping them.
Perfect.
And you go over and you see the scene I described.
Are they fighting? Or are you guys somebody about to shoot somebody?
Yeah, no, so
Ixora just realized she should not zat the two of them.
Yeah, Ixora has her Zat out.
And then it looks like she has an idea and is like, puts the Zat away. Because I forgot that we put the copy of the information on Fiddler's datapad, which we switched with Gorik, so we can't zat Gorik because then his datapad will be zapped. So it's a really good thing I missed, actually.
Yeah, actually, it's a very good thing you missed.
I'm glad I thought about that now.
Yep. You see Svarl and Gorik on the ground, and you guys, both of you, can go ahead. I think we're back up to Gorik. Gorik, what would you like to do?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. Headbutt.
Headbutt. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Roll me just a melee attack.
All right. Can I use dexterity?
We're not a strong group.
Yeah. Sure.
All
Why
right.
Call
not?
him Gorik Nimbleneck.
Yeah.
The head
There we
noodle.
go. There we go. But I think that'd be +3, but I think it'd still be a miss.
I think Svarl, you said your AC was 19, right? So
That's right.
if it's not a 19, it will not hit, unfortunately.
No.
Svarl's able to like just kind of like yank your head back. And Svarl, what would you like to do?
I actually had the same idea, so I like that he's going in for a headbutt at the same time.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Try and headbutt Gorik, please. You can also use your dex if you would prefer. Dex or strength, whatever is better for you.
Yeah, I guess I'll do dexterity. That makes sense. I guess it'll do.
Oh,
And
19.
good headbutt.
Close. I'm 21 AC.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Ooh. I'll use my multi-attack.
Okay.
Uh-oh. When did you get that? Do I have that? I think I do have that.
You
do
probably
have
do,
that,
yeah.
Gorik? Okay, so
Yeah.
Svarl, you can do your multi-attack, and then Gorik, you can do your second multi-attack if you would like.
I'm not
Try-
all that
just-
worried about it. But...
No,
Trying to
I don't
headbutt
think
each other
so.
back and forth.
I think
Just
they probably
put a headbutt.
crack heads, but like their heads are too hard to really do
Yeah.
any
No one gets
damage.
hurt.
Yeah.
But in this moment, like he's lost his Matak, he's surrounded. So after that initial contact, what he's gonna try to do is just shove Gorik down and then take off and
Run.
just
Okay.
yeah, and he might run in general in Ixora's direction.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But he's gonna try to run past her.
Okay.
At the
Okay.
device.
Let's do so you are able to get up and try and run. Gorik, you can do like an opportunity kind of attack.
I just want to like
Good
dirty
leg.
human fighting. Just
Like trip him.
just grab
yeah.
him by the leg and just try to run away.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Go for
dirty
it, go
human
for it.
fighting.
Roll to hit, please.
All right.
Gotta be the 19.
Rolled it. Okay. Hit.
Dirty
Okay.
Tauri fighting.
Same thing,
Plus
you can
3.
do Dex or
Oh!
Not
He
one.
steps on my hand.
Ixora, Svarl is kind of charging you. What are you gonna do?
Ixora has this look of anguish on her face because she's like, this is not what should have happened. This is all terrible. She's like, we're going to get incinerated from the sky. Like, just thoughts of horror crossing her head.
Yeah.
She locks eyes with you and kind of a weird shrug thing. She's put her Zat away. She realized the risks of having that near Gorik. And it's just, she's not strong at all. She's not particularly dexy. And she will, saying, fleeing will only get more people injured. I know our initial diplomatic relations fell through, but maybe it's a reverse hostage situation. Now you're the hostage instead of me, and maybe we can talk some sense into Lord Kol'chotos. And she's just gonna try to talk to Svarl as he's running.
Okay. Yeah, roll me. Before you roll, Svarl, what do you think? What is Svarl's mindset right now? Do you think he can be persuaded?
We can threaten to destroy the data if he doesn't comply.
He knows exactly what his only play is right here by his code of honor. And so his goal is he might look like, he's listening to Ixora, but he's going to try to grab Ixora and basically take
That's
her
fine.
hostage in exchange for his captured men.
That's fine.
Okay,
that
well,
checks
I mean,
out.
yeah.
if he's being aggressive, we're all there. Are we in
I
turn
know,
order, or
that's
can
the
we
risk.
shoot him?
Yeah, we're technically in like a loose turn order.
Like a loose,
Okay.
because then it's gonna be
Okay.
Fiddler
Yeah.
and then Jake.
I was gonna say, wait a
probably.
minute.
Yeah. So Fiddler's next, and then Jake will be, and then
Yeah.
we'll go back to the top.
Mm.
But yeah, Svarl, you are within like grabbing distance of Ixora with
She
your
won't
movement,
resist.
but you'll have to. Essentially, your next turn, you'll be able to. Grab
That's
her
right. Yeah, and
with the leg.
he wouldn't give it away until, so he wouldn't say
Yeah.
anything to
Yeah,
give
so
it
you're just
away. So
kinda
everyone
like-
else would it just look aggressive what he's doing.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
guys are just kind of like standing off right now.
Ixora might just
Um,
talk. She's.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't pick the pacifistatorin route, but I'm almost the pacifistatorin.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Um,
resurrect spell, but I basically should have probably picked
Close enough.
pacifist.
Close enough. Fiddler, you see Svarl kind of charge Ixora and then stop. They are at a standstill right now. What would you like to do?
Shoot him in the gently.
Gently. Shoot him in the leg. don't think that's
If he
possible.
stops and is not making a hostile move towards Ixora,
Mhm.
he will just he'll go prone again. He'll line up a shot on that knee, and if any move at all goes off, he's
Okay.
gonna
Hold
give him a
your-
crutch. Yep, I'm
Okay,
holding my action.
okay. Absolutely.
There is a 50
perfect.
cal bullet ready for that knee if I have to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Love it. Love it. Jake, you see the same thing. You see Svarl, you see this Jaffa that you don't know charge Ixora and then just kind of stop in front of her. He
He's-
does not seem
Uh,
he doesn't seem friendly. But he's also not actively threatening anybody at this moment.
Well, eyes down the sights. I'm ready to kill him if he tries
Okay.
to harm her. Because I mean,
Okay.
you're gonna act that way.
I would say the
Uh-uh.
orders
did
are
hear-
to capture.
yeah. Well,
From
I mean,
General
you didn't quite
Lawyer.
hear that.
That's true.
Does
Okay.
Jake know that?
Over the gunfire, you did hear an order to apprehend someone, something, but you're not sure.
Okay, well, he's still gonna aim down the sights at this guy.
Okay,
So-
perfect. Gorik, you're on the ground. Svarl
All
has
right.
run away from you.
I want to kick up,
Mhm.
I want to zap them.
Okay, go for it. Shoot
You've
your
zap-
zap.
If you do the zatting, you can't hit the data pad that's in your bag. So yes,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good plan.
Go for it. 16
Does
does
that
not
hit Ixora?
Oh, does it hit Ixora?
Oh yeah, my armor is not that high.
Are you shooting
I've
at
got
Ixora?
really low armor.
I know she's easier to hit.
Okay. Then
But
yeah.
I mean, he has grabbed her, right?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
He
You're,
stabbed
you're
her.
ready to zap me. You can do it.
Yeah. Like as soon as that happens, that's what the
Okay.
that's coming
Okay,
out.
we'll hold that for
Yeah.
the next. You'll
I might
be
not
able
be
to essentially
Dexy,
get
but I
that
am
shot
7
off.
feet,
Yeah.
so I'm not lightweight.
Svarl, you have a gun trained on you. You can very clearly see Jake. Ixora is standing in front of you. And you know Gorik is behind you.
This is a
You
shrug
can't
or a
quite see
hug.
what he's
You decide.
doing right now. What would you like to do, Svarl?
His gaze flickers around. They've captured some of his men, but others are
Mhm.
dead, right? Like there are some who
Yes.
are dead.
Yes.
And he looks up at you, I guess.
Yeah,
Ixora,
I'm real
in
tall.
the eyes. And
She
takes a
looks
breath.
very sad.
He puts his finger to his neck to turn on his comms, and then he will take his shot. He will lunge for Ixora and try to just grapple her, like basically
Okay.
hostage grab her.
It's probably not gonna be
Absolutely.
very hard. I have a shit athletics and acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. What are you giving orders with your comms? What are you doing with your comms?
He's going to say something into the comms, but for dramatic reasons, he's going to wait until he has her.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If
Go
he gets a
ahead.
chance, yeah.
You can roll a grapple check, an athletics check.
I'll roll an
to
acrobatics
grab
to try
her.
to escape.
Yes.
Nine.
What about the shot to the knee check as he's trying to do
Yes.
this?
Yeah,
This all
that will
happens at the
happen.
same time.
Yep, all at the same time.
Okay.
So first we'll do Svarl and
Okay.
Ixora.
Ah! I'll just grab
Uh,
you by the midsection. I'm very tall.
You are very tall.
So tall.
Why
I'm
is
so
nothing
tall.
moving? What the heck?
7 foot. Tower above
He has to
the
get up on his
masses.
tiptoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, you are able to grab her. You get a good grip on her. You hear a shot go off.
Oh
Fiddler,
my.
go ahead and roll to attack your knee shot, essentially.
Okay. Let's roll. Oh, that no wrong.
I do have the information, so if you.
I
if he
really
gets-
hope
we
that's a
get rigged
glancing
up.
blow.
Oh,
Natural
quit!
20.
Natural
Ah,
20.
glancing blow.
Holy
Heck
crap.
yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
meaning. I'm not meaning to permanently
I know,
injure
yeah.
him.
Oh.
So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you do shoot
Goodbye, leg.
basically.
I shoot the shit out of him.
his
His
kneecap.
Your
Okay.
kneecap is
Um,
very sad.
So we'll deal with that in a second. Jake, you are also holding an action. You may also fire if you wish. He does successfully grab Ixora.
I was grappling with this internally. Is like logically, if you guys said I'd take him alive, but the thing is he's trying to grab a teammate, so I'd want to shoot him like right in the back.
It's up to you. What would Jake Miller do in this moment when Ixora is threatened?
You don't threaten teammates, so he'd put a burst into his back. Sorry.
Into his back. Okay, go ahead and roll to shoot.
You know, Goa'uld would shoot his teammate.
Oh yeah, that's double
18
damage
to
for the
hit.
crit. By the way, it didn't roll double.
Oh, it didn't roll double.
It did not roll double.
Oh, for your
It'd be
crit,
Oh,
20.
so I need to roll 4 more.
Yeah.
Another 14.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. So 26 damage from that one hit.
Okay,
But
Jake.
it was
Yeah.
non-lethal shooting from me.
Right, right.
Non-lethal.
Okay,
Your
okay.
kneecap's just. You're gonna need a new one.
Yeah, it's gone.
They're
Yeah.
disintegrated.
You might need the sarcophagus. Okay. So Jake,
Sorry,
your
God.
18 does not hit Svarl, but Ixora, what is your
15.
Wait, he doesn't. I
15.
can't hit an 18 on him.
Nope.
No.
He's got that Jaffa Prime
So-
Prime armor.
So this is what happens.
He's a 19.
Svarl, you activate your comms. You lunge for Ixora, you get a good grip on her, and you guys are kind of tussling a little bit. You out of nowhere, your knee just kind of explodes
It
in pain.
disintegrates.
And at the same time, you hear Ixora exclaim in pain as well,
Ow!
as the way you grabbed her at the very last second, she shifted into the line of fire from
And then I
Jake.
get zatted.
And
Mm.
the bullet slam.
That would have been better if I had been zat first, but you know.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
so,
more dramatic this way though. Do I take
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
that
dramatic
17
cinema.
damage?
So,
Do I take
yes.
that? I'll take it. Hell yeah.
Ixora, you will take 17. Svarl, you will take the
Still
12
got
and the
28, I'm
14,
okay.
so 26 damage. And then Ixora, you have been zatted, so you are unconscious.
Sure.
Svarl, Ixora goes limp in your grip, but you're also struggling very hard to stand because your knee was just
I've been
obliterated.
bleeding.
Oh.
Do you have something you would like to say, Svarl?
Activate the rings. We're like, no.
Yeah. He goes down, and there's obviously a huge cry of involuntary pain. He can't even bear to look down at his leg right now. He breathes raggedly, stares up into the silt that's stinging at his eyes, blowing over his face, and he leans over and he says, "Lord Kol'chotos, the research has been destroyed. We've been captured. Stargate's bringing a full fleet. Escape, my lord. Escape."
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead, roll me. I will give you either deception or persuasion, whichever is better, whichever you prefer.
I feel it's definitely deception.
Deception. Okay, and hold on before you roll. Let me just roll something for him. Okay, you can roll with advantage.
Ooh.
He is in his madness right now.
Oh, fun.
17.
Ooh.
Okay. And then I'm gonna roll one more time for him. Okay, he does not, because he gets a minus for that while he
Because
is
he's
in
a little
his madness.
sarcopho crazy.
Yeah, he is in his madness right now. So he receives your message, and you get a reply back from Kol'chotos, and his first words are a little unintelligible because he is in his madness. Yeah, damn it, Lindy.
I'll go get her up.
Yeah. You hear he's a little unintelligible at first, and then you hear some clarity in his voice that you have not heard in a very long time. And he says, thank you. I honor your sacrifice. Be at peace.
Is yours, my lord.
And then the communication goes dead.
And then I kill him. No.
The communication goes dead. And everybody else, well, Kol'chotos, you're already on the ground. Not Kol'chotos. Varl is already on the ground. Everybody else,
yeah.
And Ixora, you don't have to either. But everybody who's conscious, go ahead and roll me dexterity saving throws, please.
It's probably a good thing I'm unconscious because I was just shot.
Yeah.
Dex save.
25.
Jake, good.
Oh,
Ooh, look at you guys
18.
go.
We expected after we shot the first prime that there was going to be a little bit of
Flop on the
aerial
sand.
goodbye.
Gork, what is your save? It didn't load for me.
It's got
22.
22, perfect. Okay. You kind of like before, after the communication goes dead, the entire ground rumbles and shakes, and there's another explosion within the settlement.
Is it the house?
No, it is not the house.
Good,
It is
that's
some
where
of the houses...
SGP1 leader is. So
yes,
if it was
Selena.
the
Actually,
Plot
you know
armor.
What? You know
it would
what?
be dramatic.
Hold on.
No! Why'd you do that?
I will let you guys decide which you like. High she dies or low she dies.
In honor of Don and Lindy both being in the game, I think we need to go low because through the rules on this one.
Okay, so if we roll low, she dies.
Or
Yes.
lives?
Sure.
Okay.
Or
okay.
lives. Dies or lives? Which would you prefer? If I roll
low is good in Cthulhu, so let's say low she lives.
Low
she
she
laid
lives.
low.
Okay.
If I roll low, Selena will live. If I roll high, Selena will
Next
essentially
episode's a funeral episode. Okay.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Ready? Oh, nope. Sorry. I did it wrong.
Didn't type that right. Oh, my bad. Oh, no.
Hold on. Okay, that's a nice.
Oh!
No!
Oh, wait, out of 100! Out of
No,
100!
that's a live.
That's a
I said
live.
low is
That's a
good.
live.
I thought it was a D20 at first, too. But no, it's out of a D100.
Sorry, no. Out of a
She
D100,
lives.
we rolled a
Oh!
19.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
the
okay.
blast from the mothership does not hit the main meeting building, and Selena does not die.
Okay.
Because, look, I was prepared to be captured and make a new character for the next several episodes. It would have been very exciting, very dramatic. But, her dying would have also been dramatic and exciting.
Nope.
So. Yep.
Yes, it would. And then you guys hear the sounds of the mothership leaving atmosphere. There's like a little bit of a minor boom, like sonic boom kind of thing. And you all are alone.
Right.
Svarl,
I
you're
go
in a lot
and-
of pain.
Grab his communicator.
Okay.
You won't be needing that.
Jake's gonna rush up to Ixora to administer first aid.
Absolutely.
Wake up with a little bit, because wake up.
Yeah, you are able to wake up with Jake's
Ow.
help.
No,
Go ahead
don't move
and
much.
roll.
Hang on.
Did
a
you
medicine
shoot me?
check. Jake.
Roll a
I
medicine
shot
what
check.
you.
check? Roll a what check?
He
Medicine.
did.
Medicine.
Can't hear her.
please.
Medicine? Okay, sorry.
Honestly, you're tussling around and they're taking shots at the. Well, I don't know what the thing.
15.
Damn it,
We-
Jake.
15, okay.
We both did.
We both did.
Jake, you are able to patch up. Essentially, you guys all have a med kit on you. You're able
We
to
do.
patch up her
We
shoulder.
started carrying them. We did.
Mhm.
Ixora, your shoulder is pretty shredded because he has a you have the P90, right? So it's multiple. It's not just a single bullet. So it's a little shredded. You're probably gonna need some physical therapy,
I
some
think
healing.
what, because it's Exor, she
Gonna need
goes,
some healing.
and based on the height difference, she's like, well, I guess better my shoulder than Mr. Svarl's head, because that would have been his head height.
Yeah, it would have. It really would have.
And I think
Fiddler-
Svarl would hear that,
I'm
because
so
Fiddler
Exor
sorry.
is grabbing Savral's other leg, the detached part of his lower leg,
Oh,
and,
yuck.
and
Oh,
trying to
no.
administer like a tourniquet to keep.
Okay, from bleeding out, absolutely.
And yeah, he's trying because he's like, I told you not to do it. Why did you make me do this, man? It's just you seemed decent as he's
Fiddler,
just
roll me
tying.
Medicine, please.
Oh God, I'm not good at this.
How?
He
Is that
makes it
shrapnel?
hard too because he's like kind of resisting and jabbing the stump of his leg that you're trying to administer a tourniquet to, like
You're-
at your face.
Your leg's still attached. It's,
Okay,
it's just
good.
your-
Okay.
it didn't
Well,
didn't
there's
blow
no
off your
bone.
leg.
Okay,
It's
good,
just-
good, good. Okay,
Alright.
I thought
your
it pretty
bone
much.
was shattered, essentially.
Okay,
They just-
What did you roll for your medicine check?
16.
It's not
That's good.
loading for me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. It's very bloody. Your hands are covered, but you are able to wrap it up, stop the bleeding, stabilize him for the moment.
man, just relax. We'll get you something taken care of. You know, you're not in danger if you just relax. All right.
We could use a med team.
Yeah, on the radio.
Oh, someone should tell the residents that that he's not gonna be. Is he gonna be back? What happened? I was unconscious. Ow.
He's gone for now.
Okay, that's good.
Is the mothership left?
The mothership has gone at this point. Yes.
All right, so that's really what he's focused on. He kind of watches it leave orbit and then his eyes glass over a little afterwards. He just seems sort of out of it.
Yeah.
Very quietly as you're tying up, you're trying to stem the bleeding. You'll just hear him say, Jaffa.
Lean over into his vision.
Yeah. You can have me. You can finish it. Just lead my men to freedom. Let them know what it's like to be you. Have a choice.
He'd be more convincing for his men, though.
Well, see, I mean, I would respect his decision, but Stargate said bring him back alive, and I mean, I'm down with your order, but I am loyal.
Don't worry, there'll be a very detailed mission report about all of the diplomacy that Soren did and how everyone else ruined.
They did.
As he's saying that, I'm like jabbing it with a couple vials of morphine.
Can I have my notebook? Can I?
He's a lot calmer after that.
After the
But
morphine
he will
hits in,
he will kind of mumble as the morphine starts to kick in. He'll laugh a little bit uncharacteristically and say, Jaffa, you know what will happen, what I have to do. My code demands it. If you leave me alive and you capture me, now that I know, I'll get justice on Stargate. I won't give up.
That's true.
You are very, very aware of the code he speaks of.
Mhm.
I think he could be converted.
As he says that, just not really talking to him, I pat the leg, like, and now just take the other one.
You still have people to lead, Jaffa. Don't forget that.
He thinks on that as hard as he can,
With
and then he
all the
passes
morphine.
out.
Yeah.
Passes out. Yeah, no, the pain. It's a lot of
second
pain.
jab
and you
of
got a lot
morphine because he's a
morphine.
big guy,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
Yeah.
night, night, sweet prince.
Jake's
As-
giving me morphine, and I'm like one-handed
Yeah.
trying to write down mission report because I
Yeah,
always
mission
start
report.
it before I get back.
Before, yeah. You guys are very quickly, as Svarl passes out and Ixora, you're trying to write your mission report. More people come through the Stargate. It is a med team. They load Svarl up onto a stretcher. They take him out, and you see they're doing the same with the wounded Jaffa that were around the Stargate, and they take them back to Phoenix Command. You know that Phoenix Command has a very high security prison, essentially, and you assume that is where they are being taken.
They're gonna need it.
Yeah, they're gonna need it. And then after a little bit, another team comes through and they load up Ixora as well. As they're loading you up, Ixora, the remainder of Phoenix 1 comes and joins, and you guys do see Selena. She's got like a bruise on her face. So you're assuming something probably happened when the second shell hit, and maybe she fell off that table or something. You're not sure.
It's okay. She's fine. She's alive. She should be.
Yeah,
thankful.
she's alive. The dice allowed it. So.
I thought about dragging her with us, but I was like, nope. It'd be more exciting just to leave her there.
Leave her there. How's everybody? What was the outcome? Are we good?
Ixora makes a face, says nothing, and continues writing her report.
I wouldn't
and
call it
Ixora
good.
Ixora is carried away.
We're better now. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad. The rest of the med teams, you do see a couple other med teams come through, and they seem to be going into the village to help with. It's not a good scene at the village. They were hit twice and in highly populated areas, so it's not great.
So Val convinced them that the artifact has been destroyed. He is unlikely to come back.
Well, that's good. Why did he leave? Why did the Goa'uld leave? Like, I didn't think he seemed kind of crazy. I didn't think he was gonna without what he wanted, even if it was destroyed.
Just point at the stretcher. Serval's on.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I might buy him some goodwill with General Lawyer.
Ixora had negotiated a peace, and we were going to solve the problem without any bloodshed until the people who weren't doing the negotiating decided to use their guns and made us do a lot of work that we didn't need to.
I'm sure she'll mention that in her report.
In great detail.
It's gonna be. I think this is gonna be Ixora's first scathing report. It's gonna be like
I'm hoping that
36
there's
pages
an entire
long.
chapter of Jake Miller shooting her in the back. I think there should be a long chapter on that one.
It will make Svarl look very good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And it's all
Selena
honest. That's the best part.
Yeah,
but the choice
she's
of
not lying
words,
about any of it.
very scathing.
Selena's she looks surprised, and she's like, "Oh, maybe probably should have had communication between both of our teams. That would have been nice to know before I was zatted, and my team saw that and took action. Because you guys communicated with Stargate Command, but you didn't communicate with the other Phoenix team. And to be fair, they didn't either.
That's true. Yeah.
They didn't either. So it's not.
You did interrupt an active, negotiation with the leader of the force that, was guarding the Stargate with a gun. You could have just walked up and said, "Hey, what's going on?" Or you could have called.
Had no idea. Just saw a enemy Jaffa with weapons.
Not aimed at us. We weren't fighting. We were discussing.
Attacked, threatened violence against non-threatening Jaffa Prime.
Listen, Phoenix 1 has been through some shit, y'all. I know we've just been following y'all.
We're just SGP3. Yeah. We're allowed to give SGP1 some shit every now and then, because usually we're the ones getting the awful end of things.
Yeah. You guys have had some adventures, but they're like the main cast. So like,
they are.
They've been dealing with some shit.
We're gonna be that team that's giving them problems with their mission report. Like, why'd they make us look so bad? We were just doing what we thought was
doing our job. Like,
yeah.
Best course of action. But yeah. So Anything else before you guys head back to
I
Phoenix Command?
feel bad for everyone, for whoever has to read both sides of the story's reports here and sees like, well, just GP3 says this, but SGP1 says this, and interesting. Yep.
Yeah, I think Fiddler will even file a report this time.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice. So then, in that case, you guys all head back. You have everything that you guys need, and that is pretty much where this episode ends. We have a prisoner of war, Svarl, as well as some other Jaffa. I know we're ending a little bit early, but like I said, you guys successfully avoided a full-scale invasion. So yeah. Thank you guys. That was a blast. I was not expecting it to go the way it did, but I'm glad that's the way it went. What we will do is we're just going to go around, say who you are, where we can find you, what your favorite part was. I'll start with myself, and then I'll hand it off to the scion of our channel. I'm Nugatosaurus. You can find me here on Mondays in our Mondays in Exandria game. I am the Gate Master, of course, tonight for our every other week, Stargate Flames of Hope. And I'm also here on Wednesdays playing in our Call of Cthulhu Below the Land of Fire, which I won't be playing in this week because we have special things happening, but next week I'll be back. My favorite part, I really liked, I know it's awful, but I really liked Jake shooting Exora. I just think it's
I did too.
Trying to be helpful, trying to come in, but then you accidentally shoot it like it's that friendly fire thing that you don't really see in the shows a whole lot. So
it's the horrible reality of what happens sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes shit happens and your friend ends up hurt, and sometimes it's your fault. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You're not dead. Nobody died. Not even Selena, who very well could have died. So I'm glad that she didn't. But yeah, that's me. Lindy, take it away.
Wonderful. We're going to go in reverse order from how we started. So, Jake Miller, how was tonight for you?
Great.
Stargate
Good
Command.
Storytelling. Good stuff. I really like Fiddler shooting his knees out, but I also like, Don being here for his character too. That was great. I wish I could have been here for the episode beforehand, but all that was great. The interactions are good. The negotiations, the dealing, the situation felt very much like a Stargate episode. And I'll end it right there. I'm not feeling so hot, so thanks everybody.
Thank you, birthday boy. Now, Gorik, how was tonight for you?
Oh, great. Yes, hell of an episode. I think my favorite part was definitely the fight. And, I'm sorry, I would have killed you. I know the honor thing, but I want you back for another episode, so I couldn't have done it. But anyways, I'm D20 Coup de Grace, and you can see me on Mondays and Tuesdays. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, and thanks to our wonderful, fabulous, absolutely wonderful guest, Jonathan Fry. Svarl, how was tonight for you?
It was a blast. It was great to get to play with everybody again. I don't get to do it too often, but every time I do, it's just a bunch of fun. You all are great. And yeah, I really enjoyed getting to kind of revisit Stargate after a long time away. This is a super fun story. It went in a bunch of directions I didn't expect, which was really cool. And I thought my favorite section, it was like the fight, just them rolling around in the dirt, in the sand, and fighting over weapons, but also then like the Matak getting blown apart by the sniper shot, and the sniper shot with the knee, and then the lieutenant shooting Exora, and just the entire thing just felt real, and just the actual kind of chaos that could happen in a situation like that. It was really cool storytelling, and I really enjoyed getting just a peek at some of the stories that you're all telling here. I also kind of love that SG1 were the bad guys, like kind of the bad guys, maybe not from their perspective, but everybody else's. I just thought that was awesome. So yeah, I had a blast. I'm Don at Donathan Fry online, and I write games, I run games, I do that stuff all the time. And if you search for me, then you can find me.
You search for him, you will find him. I like that. It's like if you build it, they will come. But for Jonathan Fry, thank you so much for guesting. We always love having you here. And yeah, someone who we also love dearly is Fiddler, who was like Eagle Eye Fiddler tonight. How was tonight for you?
Fiddler got to shoot a sniper rifle for the first time in the entire damn game.
And somebody in the leg. That's like a classic, you know?
I know.
But
I got to shoot something out of someone's
crit,
hands,
though.
and then I got to shoot someone in the knee. I did all the great sniper shots in one episode, and I'll never get to use it again, probably, because it's all gonna be close quarters inside spaceships or something. So I have an 1,800-foot range with this gun, and I'm always within 20 feet of the action constantly. Oh well. Now, hi, I'm Deception Check. I play Fiddler, the Tolan smartass with a sniper rifle. He got to have a lot of fun tonight. Favorite part, honestly, I love the Jaffa fight. That. Like if he hadn't gone after Ixora, I wouldn't have shot. I didn't want to take out his leg. Part because it's Don, part because Fiddler doesn't like hurting people really. And so that was grand. And I agree with Don. The way the fight progressed and morphed as the rolling around the ground, the top getting blown up, then going after Ixora, and then getting shot, and then the whole thing ending up the way it did. It just felt like the natural progression of chaos in the middle of this, battle that's going on around them. And it was grand. It was fun, and probably the best episode we've had so far. I think this is by far the most fun. So thank you very much. You can find me here on Mondays for Mondays at Exandria, the new batch, where my crazy friends are going through crazy things, and they are heroes, quote unquote.
Heroes. It's an abbreviation. It's an anagram.
Another
anagram.
Yeah. Great. I hate those things. And also watch the episodes to see how many of my characters' names they can destroy in one episode. It's amazing how they can take just a simple name and turn it into something that just makes my skin crawl constantly.
It's not our fault Lemon Twist was evil and that we had to get a lactose intolerance to stop him because he was after either Prolix his toes or Prolapse. It depends on whichever one we feel for that guy.
And don't forget about Alan.
And Alan.
For Alan.
It all started with Alan.
Thank you.
Not Elixir.
That's not their
Alan.
names. That's not their names at all. But it still makes it fun, and I love these guys. So thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Let's see. My favorite parts. I really liked almost getting to be a prisoner of war, because that is such a classic Stargate trope, is just being captured by the Goa'uld at some point, like either the whole team or part of the team. I was 10,000% down, but SGP1 had to go shooting their guns, and I didn't get to be a space prisoner. I would have rolled up a whole new character, and we would have had to find out what happened. I don't know. It would have been exciting. I was here for it, but I was also here for this very exciting fight and getting to be taken hostage by Don. I was like, oh no, take me hostage. This will be so exciting. I've played enough games with Don that I have no qualms about shooting him in a tabletop RPG, but my character hates shooting people, so I had to put the Zat away and just be captured and get shot myself. So very exciting overall. I loved all the miscommunications between. We actually did a pretty good job of communicating with Stargate Command. It was between Stargate Command, SGP1, and everyone but us. So I thought that was fabulous.
Yeah, wasn't a lot of three-way communication there.
Nope. And I like how every time we've been teamed up with SGP1, it's ended horribly for us.
Oh yeah, every time. This is the second time, but 2 out of 2, 100% of the time, it happens. So that's my favorite moments. I'm very excited for our next Stargate session, which, based on the sheet that Nugget gave me, we will be having another guest, which I know Nugget knows. I got the confirmation earlier, so I'll let you know. Ooh.
But we will be very excited to have this guest, and they will be fabulous. And you'll find out when they're here. But you can find us here next Monday. Monday's Exandria, the new batch. Be very exciting. Lots of trouble and shenanigans. Not this next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, for Stargate. And this Wednesday, we will not be having Below the Land of Fire because, as stated in the facts that they received from HQ, they need some backup with some more supplies, materials, just, maybe another body to throw between them and the Eldritch Horrors which lay beneath. So we are bringing in another Wintercroft Investigations solo episode to introduce Hannah-mation, to introduce her character, which is Dr. Bronwyn Hughes. I'm very excited to introduce her character, as she will be sent to Zambia for her solo mission. So check that out tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. I can math. And it'll be very, very exciting. And then we'll be back to Below the Land of Fire next week with the whole rest of the crew. are there doing some investigating. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Until next time, have fun and play games.